Welcome in, welcome in. This is a public service. It's down here. How's everybody doing today? Truth be told. Welcome in, welcome in. This is a public service. Guess I got a tab open somewhere. It's down here. How's everybody doing today? Truth be told. Welcome in, welcome in. Here we go with the echo. This is a public service. Guess I got a tab open somewhere. Amateur. It's down here. Amateur. How's everybody doing today? What up, Simba? What up, Buzz? Lou. What up, Lou? Illuminate the dark. What is going on? So, I meant to do this so long ago. I meant to do this the day that I saw the video. Yeah, I figure I'll do enough of these, and at some point I'll figure out how to do it right. What up, Sly? What up, Rockport? What up, Mark? I hate bullies too. Speaking of bullies, we got a real big bully that we're gonna deal with today. His name is David Dowda. David, is it David Dowda? Yep, David P. Dowda. Let's see. Email that fuck. Another legal loser, another moron. I'm not sure if everybody. How do you guys want to handle live today? Do you want to go to the news, or do you want to take a trip down memory lane and kind of contextualize what we're going to talk about today? Today will be an interactive choose your own adventure. So let's go to the chat. What do you guys think? Another DD. Yep. All right. Let's get rid of that one altogether. Both. Well, we're going to do both. We're going to do both, that's for sure. All right. Uh-oh. So news and memory. Okay. How about I'll make it easier for us. Let's put a 1 if we want to take a trip down memory lane, and 2 if we want to get straight to the business, and then we'll take a trip down memory lane to kind of show how big of a fool this man is. What up, Joko? Alright, well, nobody likes to vote, so there we go, 1s. Now I gotta remember. Now I got, what up, Sean? What up, Dr. Sean Barry? What up? We got some 1s. We got some 2s. The problem that I'm already confronting is that I already forgot what I said 1 was going to be. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Longwood. And I want to prepare the audience. We're about to get gassed up. We're about to get gassed up by the chief of police and the city council. What's this one? There it is. There it is. There it is. All right. There we go.
Ordinance number 25-2266, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Longwood, amending Longwood City Code, Chapter 2, Article 1, prohibiting unauthorized access to non-public forums and prohibiting audio, video recording in areas other than designated public forums and providing for conflict severability, codification, and an effective date.
All right, do we have a presentation?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Dowda, Chief of Police.
All right, before we let this moron talk, what up, Liberty Troll? What up, Raya Hoot? Das Foot, Michael Reed. Before we get into his comment, we need to just, I wish I had uploaded this to YouTube so I could just go back 5 seconds or whatever. But let's listen to what they're talking about in the ordinance before the chief gaslights us.
And an effective date.
All right, do we have a presentation?
The City of Longwood, amending Longwood City Code, Chapter 2, Article 1, prohibiting unauthorized access to non-public forums and
unauthorized access to non-public forums. So I'm going to assume that this whole conversation is about restricted areas. That's my guess. We'll see where they go with this.
Audio, video recording in areas other than designated public forums and providing for conflict severability, codification, and an effective date.
All right, do we have a presentation?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Dowda, Chief of Police. As the city attorney alluded to, this agenda item proposes ordinance number 25-2266. In recent years, there's been an increase in individuals who capture and publish video and audio recordings of public employees in public spaces under the auspices of First Amendment auditing.
That's the auspices. That's interesting because I've never identified myself as such, and I've never said such a thing. Let's see where he's going.
It's accurate that there is a right under the First Amendment to record the activities of public officials on public property. But like all First Amendment protections, this right is subject to reasonable time, manner, and place restrictions. It's been established that the First Amendment does not guarantee access to or activity on government property simply because it's owned by the government. There can be limitations. As you know, there are three generally recognized types of public forums: a non-public forum, government property that's not open to expressive activity. An example of that might be
expressive activity. Let's make sure that we remember all of these fancy terms that the chief's coming out with, like expressive activity. Okay, I just want everybody to know that to Chief Dowda, if I was in front of Chief Dowda just like this and we were having a conversation, or if I was just watching, it would not be expressive activity, right? But the second I go from this to this, it's now expressive, and the chief, he can't handle it. Can't handle stuff like that. I don't understand where these morons get off thinking that holding an objective record keeper is expressive activity. Fucking idiots.
Military base or the internal secure area of a police department, things of that nature. Second, there's a limited public forum. That's a government property where expressive activity is permitted, but the government can restrict to some extent access and activity as long as those restrictions are viewpoint neutral and reasonable in light of the forum's purpose. Examples of those might include public schools, city hall, or other government buildings, hallways and lobbies. And then third, there are designated or traditional public forums. These are areas of government property intentionally created and open for expressive activity, either for all or certain kinds of First Amendment activities. Of course, this chamber would fall into that category, as would any place which, by long tradition, has been open to public assembly for debate, like a park or a city street or sidewalks.
The problem, and we're going to get into it in a minute, is the chief's up here pontificating about our rights and his look, I mean, he's telling us how knowledgeable he is about the First Amendment, right? He's telling us where we can do our expressive activity, all about his interpretation. But the First Amendment is more than just one thing, or more than just two things, or three things, or four things, Chief. And that's something that you apparently still don't get. The freedom of press is protected. It's not expressive when we're gathering the news. It becomes, this is expressive. I'm expressing myself right now. It becomes expressive at the point of publication. It's not expressive at the point of news gathering, Chief. You seem to not understand the freedom of press at all. You are another retarded legal loser.
There are obviously designated public forums for First Amendment expression in the city, and there are also non-public forums in portions of City Hall Annex, Public Works, the fire department, the police department, and other buildings in the city. Those are generally not open to the public, as I mentioned. However, there are also areas in city-owned or controlled buildings which are considered the limited public forums. As I noted earlier, these are areas where restrictions such as limitations on audio and video recording can be placed on public access and expression, so long, as I mentioned earlier, as they are reasonable and viewpoint neutral. While there are others, possibly in the city, the lobby of the police department is an example of a limited public forum. This is an area where law enforcement employees interact with citizens relating to sensitive situations.
Get ready, guys. Gaslight time. I just want to hear, let's see if I can do this. Let's duplicate that tab. And let's go back one. Let's do the oldest. And let's go to Longwood. At the Longwood Police Department. Okay. So let's take a tour of the lobby here. Just a quick little tour of the lobby. Okay, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to pan around or not, but this is the lobby. We'll see. Okay, so we got a restroom over here, and we've got another door over here. We've got another restroom over here. Actually, I don't think those are restrooms. Liberty Troll, do you happen to know? I don't want to speak. I don't want to make a statement if I'm wrong. Right? Well, he never comes out? Is that what's going on? All right. Well, the point I was trying to make I can't make because I not positive if those are both in fact bathrooms, or if one of them is a room that they could easily take a member of the public into for privacy. Let's get back to this legal loser.
Nature of these interactions often involves the disclosure and discussion of private and sensitive information at times. And the privacy of citizens in such spaces should be of paramount importance.
Privacy of citizens in public should be of paramount importance. Let's just make sure that we're not letting this guy get away with his word salad, because that's what he just said. Privacy in public.
Staff has actually previously encountered a situation when a victim presented themselves at our lobby and announced themselves the victim of a very serious crime, a very personal serious crime, before realizing that there was another person in the lobby actually recording. Given the nature of the information being shared by citizens in limited public forums, coupled with citizens' obvious and reasonable expectation of some level of privacy in such areas, it is inappropriate.
You have a reasonable expectation of privacy in these public areas now as well.
For another member of the public in these types of forums to the nature of the information being shared by citizens at our lobby and announce themselves the victim of a very serious crime, a very personal serious crime,
Public
before
record,
realizing that there was another person in the lobby actually recording. Given the nature of the information being shared by citizens in limited public forums, coupled with citizens'
all of which is available upon a public records request.
obvious and reasonable expectation.
Not obvious, not reasonable. Gas. He's gassing us up.
Of some level of privacy in such areas.
Chief thinks you have privacy in the public lobby. Well, Chief, I'm going to come to Longwood, and I fully expect that you're going to arrest me. Okay? Because we all know this is about me, right, Chief?
It is inappropriate for another member of the public in these types of forums to video or audio.
Why? Says you? Says you? Why? Why, Chief? Why is it inappropriate? This is even a better question. Are you video recording? When you're in the lobby and these people are making these private statements, is your body cam rolling? Chief, you hypocritical prick.
In such areas. It is inappropriate for another member of the public in these types of forums to video or audio such content.
Okay, so it's inappropriate for a member of the public. It's inappropriate for the people that pay your salary to record, but it's okay if you record. Okay, all right, Chief.
Conversations.
I love the intellectual honesty coming out of this two-faced snake parasite.
As a result, excuse me, it's
Try to choke it down, Chief. He can't. Let me get this out.
proper to prohibit the unauthorized public access to restricted non-public areas.
What is this salad he just said?
So, excuse me. It's proper to prohibit the unauthorized public access to restricted non-public areas.
Are we talking about that? Is that what we're talking about right now? All of those words that he said in the last 10 seconds, he's talking about areas that are restricted, not the public lobby, Chief. Let's hear it again.
As a result, excuse me, it's proper to prohibit the unauthorized public access to restricted non-public areas.
I agree, Chief. Pointless to say, has nothing to do with what you said a minute ago, but I don't know why you said it. We're going to listen to it again because it's so ridiculous. He goes from talking about the public lobby to clearly Clearly, whatever he's talking about here is a non-public area. So, which is it, Chief? Is it a public area or is it a non-public area? Which one are you talking about? We know you're talking about the lobby. Well, what the fuck are you about to bring up right now?
As a result, excuse me, it's proper to prohibit the unauthorized public access to restricted non-public areas and to prohibit video and/or audio recording within any city building or property not classified as a designated public forum.
What? Chief,
I believe it to be necessary to protecting safety and the safety and welfare of the citizens of and visitors to the city of Longwood.
yeah. I mean,
This proposed
these are safety issues now. This is a safety issue. He's going to get into the safety aspects, I bet, in a second.
classified as a designated public forum. I believe it to be necessary to protecting safety and
What safety is at risk? Maybe Chief could touch on these. You could give him an email, but he'll only lie. He'll only lie and say that he didn't receive it. And then when you do a public records request and find out that he did in fact receive it, it's just more gas from this liar, this hypocritical liar. What up, Brandon? What up, Rich? Michael? What up? Longwood is really bad, and we've got this guy here. I believe that is. I actually can't tell for sure. That might be Clint Ginobili, but this right here is Mike Morgan. So Mike, I think that's his name. Morgan. I think his last name's Morgan, but he used to be a professional wrestler. And I actually ran into him at City Hall not that long ago. I didn't publish the story because I saw this very soon after that meeting. But this was a meeting where Matt or Mike or whatever, Mr. Morgan, came up to me and he says, "Oh, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you do." We'll get some gas from him in a second. Like, "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that people were being harassed in the lobby, approached in the lobby, filmed in the public lobby. I can't believe that we aren't the only ones allowed to keep an objective record in the lobby. Chief, you're allowed to go in the lobby and record whatever you want, but if the people come into the lobby and try to record their business, if the people try to record their business in the lobby, we can't have that." Let's see what it's really about, though. Let's see what really happens in this lobby that's so scary for the chief.
Safety and welfare of the citizens of and visitors to the city of Longwood. This proposed ordinance will aid staff in doing so by empowering the city manager to identify and distinguish these forums in the city and prohibit audio and video recording in areas other than designated traditional public forums. And I apologize for the length of that, but if you have any questions, I'm open to them.
He apologizes for the length because, after all, he spent 7 minutes not saying anything.
Questions for the chief?
Well said.
Thank you for the example you gave us. It's a little bit more personal and more serious. I was made privy.
So this is Morgan. Let's see what he was made privy to.
It myself, and thank you for sharing that, because that's an important reason why we're doing this.
Yes, thank you.
Right. And I agree, and with what you said, First Amendment is incredibly important, but there are time, place, and manner restrictions. There are some places where there are some places where there needs to be an expectation of privacy, and
Like the
that is
public lobby.
example, that you gave, that not
Undoubtedly, there's going to be signage on the door that says private lobby now.
just the employees, but
Let me hold on, guys. It's all. I think I buried it. Yeah, it's too far. Hold on for a second. Let me get this email up. Let me get this up. I mean, we gotta have this. We gotta have this. Email this fuck. Email him. He's an idiot. Couple phone numbers. Email that idiot.
Citizens or other people that might be around. There are lots of choices. That includes, I was mentioning this, some people at Rescue Outreach Mission, and, you know, in the shelter, guests are not supposed to be videoing each other, and they're at, you know, because of privacy. So, you know, it's very important that we honor the privacy of our citizens when they're dealing with their government. And when there's a time like this meeting here to speak your mind, that's what we're here for. So,
Speak your mind, guys. You don't have to wait for the meeting. Send Chief an email. I'll put the emails in the description for these other government parasites. But you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. There's not a special time like these guys talk about. Look at these hand gestures. Oh, please come redress.
Citizens when they're dealing with their government, and when there's a time like
Yeah, let me see.
privacy.
There's a
So, you know, it's very important that we honor the privacy of our citizens
very important that we honor the privacy of our citizens in public
when they're dealing with their government.
when they're dealing with their government. Anytime a private citizen is dealing with their government and they're not recording whatever's happening, all they're doing is giving the government an opportunity to lie about what occurred. I will never interact with government without recording. Ever. I will never interact with government where I don't have an objective record of what happened. You know why? Because they lie. This whole meeting is a big lie. Chief just lied. Morgan's lying about, oh, I'm so concerned that you brought this to my attention. Well, you've seen my videos, buddy. You've seen my videos. You're obviously talking about me because in one of these Longwood videos, I go there when somebody's in the lobby. And what did I say? Anybody that watches my content with any regularity, before I entered that lobby, do you guys remember what I said? I took it upon myself. I said, oh, somebody's in there reporting a crime or whatever. I'm going to respect the delicacy of the situation, right? And I'm not going to go in just yet, right? I'm choosing to do that. These people want to say that you can't go in there. Well, Chief, if you want to have a private conversation with a member of the public, you need to take them into an interview room, right? And then the conversation's only private until the body cam is uploaded to the internet, and then it's a public record. So where the fuck do these people get off saying this nonsense?
And when there's a time like this meeting here,
The time is business hours when it's open. That's the time. We can also come to this meeting, whoever you are, but the time is when it's open. Okay? Time, place, in a place that's open to the public, like the public lobby. Manner, in a manner that doesn't disrupt business, in a manner that doesn't prevent anybody else from doing anything. Coming in, going like this. What's the issue? What's the manner there? What's the time? What's the place? What's the manner issue for you clowns? Why can't people want objective records of their interactions with their government? Because their government is corrupt and they've got sick parasites like these people that want to just take your rights and say, oh, it's because we're concerned about privacy. You're not concerned about privacy. You're concerned about getting exposed. All Chief Dowda has done in front of a camera is exposed himself. And we're going to show it today.
to speak your mind, that's what we're here for. So, I appreciate the effort you put into this, and I've read through the ordinance, and I like it.
He likes it.
Mr. Mayor, one last thing. Also, just want to say, besides our incredible city attorney, thank you, Dan, for finding the language of this and helping us with this. But also,
We got to get Dan's email. Dan sounds like a real piece of shit.
risk management attorneys.
That's correct.
This help.
I also developed, this with the assistant, great assistance, by the way, from, Attorney Langley.
These guys just need to take each other in the back and suck each other's dicks.
But, our HR director, who is also our risk management in the city, as well as, Donovan Roper, who is employed, by the city through PRM as a risk management attorney.
Well, get your risk management people ready because Foshin's coming to town and there's going to be a claim against the city if you try to do any bullshit. Any bullshit against me, I'm going to make you pay, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Well written. Yeah.
Well,
Great job.
Oh,
Dan-
great
Dan
job.
is the author of the.
Oh, Chief, whip it out. We love
Dan.
it.
Well explained.
Well
Thank you.
explained. Good job, Chief.
Mr. Mayor,
Commissioner Bunny?
I'd like to make a motion to approve agenda item 12A as.
Oh, let's approve it.
Second.
I have a
Second.
motion from Commissioner Boney and a second from Deputy Mayor Sackett. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Deputy Mayor Sackett,
Yes.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Yes.
Commissioner Boney,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor McMillan.
Yes, a vote of 5-0, the motion passed.
And there it
Thank
is,
you.
guys.
Great job.
Freedom dies in Longwood. A 5-0 vote after the chief gaslights and lies. There it is. 5-0. We swear to protect your rights. We swear. We're going to sign this oath. We swear to respect the Constitution, but not the First Amendment. Not the First Amendment. This is a public service.
Some action photos of us?
Absolutely.
Good,
How you guys doing?
how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good, I'm Clint, how you
Clint,
doing? Yeah.
good to meet you.
Good. You doing something
Are
exciting?
you're the chief? This is 2 years ago.
I can save you an appointment that your secretary set up tomorrow if you want to knock it out right now. Do you have a second?
My secretary sent it?
Your secretary.
Okay. Tell me that.
She didn't know.
When did you set it up?
Maybe 30 minutes, 45
today?
minutes ago. Yeah, I just came from the...
What can I do for you?
if one of the people came up to you guys... Do you mind if I just turn this around so...
What is it for? Is it like a private thing?
I'm a citizen journalist.
Oh, really?
I'm just trying to kind of bridge the gap between the people and the police.
I got you. Well, I think we'd have to...
And just to be clear, this right here, this was the chief and the city council bridging the gap with the community. This is how they view. This is them bridging the gap with us. What I try to do was bridge the gap with them, right? And what do? They try to bridge the gap with me too by violating my fucking rights, violating your rights.
Get a list of questions before we did that. I mean,
Oh, better get a list of questions because I'm a political parasite.
I don't know. We got to...
Just one question.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can ask him if you want, if he's not prepared to answer it.
That's okay. Well, how about I'll frame it this way.
Sure. Yeah.
If one of the people came up to you and asked you a question and you didn't know the answer to it, but by all rights it was something that you should know the answer to, would you make a good faith effort to find out the answer to that question?
Of course.
Okay, do you mind if I ask you that question?
Is that the extent of the question?
The extent, there's a question here.
Right.
If
If
you
you give
don't-
an answer, is there a follow-up to the question?
There may be. Yeah, there may be, but I'll let you go if you
Jesus,
don't want
bro.
to have a conversation after that. You might want to, I don't know.
Not him.
Do you mind if I ask?
Well, as he mentioned, it might be easier for me to be able to answer your questions if I had some pre-knowledge of what they were.
Pre-knowledge.
And if
Well,
we have an appointment, we
Then
can just keep
I'll hold the appointment
Okay.
and I'll ask you the question so you can think about it. All right?
Sure.
There's 5 elements in the First Amendment. Do you know those 5 elements?
This is the reason why I changed the whole, this is why I changed everything, the way I answer the question, because these two morons, elements,
5 elements to the First Amendment.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I cannot recite them to you, so
Okay.
I'd have to.
But no, and I don't want you to recite them. You know, I don't. But do you know what those 5 elements are?
Are they called elements?
Um,
Are you talking about amendments?
No. So the First Amendment to the Constitution has five elements within it. Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. I don't
All
know
right.
him.
Thanks for letting me know.
Thanks for letting me know.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good luck. Hope you have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Morons. There it is, guys.
Chief,
Yeah,
I-
like
can I ask you a
water
follow-up
and
question?
fire. It's like titanium.
the question wasn't.
Just so I know, are you recording me right now?
I am. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely. a citizen
literally
journalist.
holding a camera and then a separate tripod with a camera on it.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't recording you. Do you think it's a problem that officers don't know the First Amendment? And I'm not accusing you of not knowing it. I've just had a lot of interactions with police officers, and this is the question that I ask because I think it is vitally important to, the relationship between the police and the people. You know what I mean?
He's like,
Well,
not
as I
me.
said, I'm not familiar with the 5 elements that you've asked me to recite, so
Okay.
I cannot
Never asked him to
them
recite
you.
anything.
But that does not mean that I'm not familiar with the First Amendment.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Sure.
It's not
Um,
fair. I'm just saying
Fair
that.
enough.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow, Chief. Thank you very
All
much.
right, well, we're going to
And
see him
Chief-
tomorrow.
I'm going to be recording tomorrow. Do you have any issues with me recording tomorrow?
I take no exception to you reporting. I just wanted to be aware that I was being recorded.
Yeah. Well, I'm.
I'm laughing
I've
because I'm
got two
holding fucking
cameras, you know.
cameras.
Well, you asked me if you could turn that one around, so that led me to believe that you weren't recording me until you turned it around.
Well, no, it was.
Why would
it was
that lead
rolling
you
the
to
whole
believe
time. I
that?
was catching B-roll of the building because I came from in there. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure you can appreciate it. I just wanted to know whether I was being recorded.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good day, Chief.
All right, so there's that. And then I come and see him the next day, right? I come and see him the next day. And this is when, this is when the lies start. Well, I mean, the lies, all he does is lie, so. All right, conversation with Dowda. I don't think we want to do 24 minutes, do we? Condensed isn't much different.
Is that Marie? I'm not trying to. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna watch this part, and I want you to just think about this in the lens in which the chief and Morgan just communicated things to us, where people came into this lobby, right? This is the public lobby at the Longwood Police Department, and look, guys, they're committed to our community. That's what they say. They're committed to the community. Okay, so this is the public lobby. All right, and this is where the chief says you have an expectation of privacy. Okay?
Hey, how you doing?
Chief Dowda.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
He's a midget.
Can we sit down somewhere?
This is fine.
Okay, can we sit down somewhere? Oh, this is fine. He's not concerned with my privacy, right? Completely unconcerned with privacy. Oh, okay.
We can sit down here if you like.
No, this will work. I guess. Did you get my email?
Okay, so I sent him an email. Send him an email, and he says what?
An email? No, I did not. What did you email?
A list of questions that I had to.
So we heard the day before, he said, "Oh, it'd be good if I had the list of your questions before I had to answer any of the questions." So what did I do? I gave the guy a list of questions, right? I gave him a list of questions. I sent it to his government parasite email, and I know that he received it. He lies here, but I made a public records request after the fact and found out when it hit his city server. So, Chief, you're a fucking liar.
Discuss with you today, like you requested.
I have received the email.
Okay.
Liar.
I want to check your spam filters. Definitely went out to you. But in either case, you're still good to chat.
Sure.
Okay.
I thought you had two questions that you wanted me to answer, but if there's something more in depth, I would like to see the questions before we talk.
Okay. Well, do you want me? Is there somewhere more personal we can sit down rather than the wall?
No, I prefer.
Oh, he prefers the lobby.
We can sit then.
Okay, for sure.
Commitment to the community.
We'll lead off where we ended yesterday. Do you know?
So he did some research, and I will commend him for this. Yesterday he didn't know, and the question is about good faith, right? The question's about, will you make a good faith effort? And I have to give it to the chief. He went back to his office, and he made a good faith effort, right? But listen to the way in which he pretends as if he knew the whole time.
Actually, I'd prefer to start this way. I'd like my video from yesterday to disappear and never
I want it to disappear and never see the light of day, but Chief doesn't want that to happen.
see the light of day because it
What
doesn't.
video is that?
The video of you, I and Clint speaking about the conversation in the parking lot. I would
Well,
like
I
to.
wouldn't want you to hide anything. I
Well,
want you to.
Longwood Police Department, the community of Longwood, I think would appreciate.
What do you guys think? I'm sure the community of Longwood would have rather not seen the video where the chief of police doesn't know the First Amendment. What do you think? Chief thinks, oh, he...
Would appreciate it. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't paint the prettiest picture when the chief, and I'm not trying to attack you, I'm just saying that it doesn't paint the prettiest picture when the chief of police doesn't know the First Amendment to the Constitution.
Well, I don't think your video would paint that, actually.
Well,
He doesn't think the video is going to... I'll ask you guys. We just watched the video. Do you think the video will show that he doesn't know the First Amendment?
in either case, I'd like to undo it. I'd like to start off on fresh footing.
I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he wants to just lie.
And re-ask the question, you know what I mean? Give me an opportunity.
That's true, Jeff.
Well, that was one of the questions that, when I asked you to tell me what the question was you were going to ask me, I told you I would give you an answer.
Yes,
So
sir.
we sat down. I am familiar with the First Amendment, as I mentioned yesterday.
As he mentioned yesterday.
While I can't quote it verbatim to you, I know the importance of freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, the freedom of press, freedom to assemble, and of course, probably the lesser known, the right to be able to redress
The lesser known.
grievances, of
The lesser known. These were all lesser known to the chief yesterday.
those and other topics. And I think your second question yesterday was whether or not I thought it was important for law enforcement officers to know them.
No.
I do, with the caveat that anytime you ask someone a technical question like that, especially on the spur of the moment, it may not be.
You guys get that? When you ask people technical questions like, what's the First Amendment? What? What?
I do, with the caveat that anytime you ask someone a technical question like
Anytime you ask someone a technical question like that, is this guy serious?
that, especially on the spur of the moment, they may not be able to come up with a most articulate answer.
I wasn't looking for an articulate answer. I was looking for speech, press, religion, assembly, petition. I wasn't looking for anything other than that. the technical is everybody terrified for the citizens of Longwood? If they don't know technical questions like the First Amendment, what the hell else don't they know? I mean, I know that if I was Brett Smith, I would not feel safe in the city of Longwood.
And there are some of those things that I just enumerated that.
Jason Zwack, what up? Lori, what up? East Carbon, what up? Evelyn, welcome in. TC, what up? Rich, these people, this guy.
Are more relevant to a field police officer's duties every day than others. So while
Let's be clear, knowing the First Amendment is not one of those things that should be in the field officer's mind. Let's see what exactly what this clown said.
I just enumerated that are more relevant to a field police officer's duties.
More relevant. Fundamental rights are not relevant. As we can see by the council meeting, not relevant to them. Privacy in public is what is relevant to them. This is Longwood. This is the city of Longwood. This is the Longwood PD. This is what they think about fundamental rights. This is what they think about their oath to the Constitution.
Duties every day than others. So while they might be not able to give you a verbatim quote of the First Amendment,
which I never asked for. Never asked for a verbatim quote. Don't care about verbatim quotes. I want 5 words. That's what I want. I want you to be able to say 5 words. They just happen to be inside the First Amendment, which is packed full of a lot of other words. But I want to know that you're not an idiot, right? So I'm just looking for 5 words. It doesn't need to be delivered to me in a special way. I don't need anything other than, yeah, I'm the chief of police in Longwood, Florida. I know the First Amendment. I'm here to respect your rights. But no. He acts like there's nuance to the First Amendment, and then he gaslights the whole community and outlaws it. In his eyes, this is illegal, what's going on in this lobby right now. If he was filming it, it would be okay. But in the fact that I'm filming it is a problem. This surveillance camera up here, not an issue for them, but the camera that's taking this shot, it's a big problem. And why is it a big problem? Why is it really a big problem? It's really a big problem because it exposes the chief, right? It exposes the chief. You know, this is 2 years. This is more than 2 years since I've been to Longwood. And Longwood could have done what Holly Hill did with their chief, which was, you know, having a polite conversation and not gassing up the people. But this is what's going on out here. This is the street cop mentality.
they are certainly familiar with the concepts. I can only speak for this department. I know of no instance where we have violated anybody's constitutional rights, whether it be the First Amendment.
Okay. So as of September, this is Jesus. This is almost 3 years ago. So as of September 2nd, 2022, the chief knows of there's never been a violation of rights in the city. I've witnessed several between then and now, but the chief says that it's never happened because they respect fundamental rights so much. Never mind the video that we just watched where the entire city voted to violate the First Amendment. Okay.
I can only speak for this department.
He can only speak for this department.
No instance where
we
have violated anybody's constitutional rights, whether it be the First Amendment through the 27th.
Oh, now he's an expert on how many amendments there are. That's funny. He went home and did some homework, right? Oh, 27th Amendment. Oh, okay, Chief. But we just watched a video. All right, this one right here. He can't speak with such certitude anymore, can he? He can't say that, oh, we respect the rights so much. We've never violated the rights. Here's the video of the whole entire city violating rights. Cool story, Chief.
I feel very confident that our officers are familiar and are not violating any of this.
He's sure that his officers are familiar and that they're not out there violating rights. Every single Longwood officer that I've asked that question to, they haven't known. Liberty Troll, am I right in saying that? I think that I'm right in saying that none of them have known. But Chief's confident.
The specific question was, do you think it's a problem that they don't know? I understand that. I understand the answer you just gave me. And I'm going to apply it to the lens in which I just asked that question. So I think it still applies what you're saying. If you're only going to answer 2 questions, then I'm not sure how dynamic this conversation can be. So I would like to ask some more questions, and I guess you don't have to answer them, just like I wouldn't have to answer any question anymore. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Well, as I said yesterday, I'm not really interested in doing an impromptu on-camera interview with you about technical questions. I think
Technical questions like, what's the First Amendment? And let's just remember, because he's trying to gas me up right here. Well, I diffuse the situation. So rather than talk over myself, just let me diffuse it. Because he's lying to me, and I'm not going to let him just get away with it.
you could understand that I could probably ask you questions about your profession that maybe off the top of your head you wouldn't be immediately ready to answer.
Sure, but I'd be willing to answer him still. I'd make a good faith effort. I wouldn't be a condescending prick.
The spur of a moment.
Which is funny because after this conversation with the dipshit chief, the lady behind the glass, she asks me a bunch of questions about my business, and I answer them. So what the fuck, Chief?
So I'm not comfortable doing that. If you email me those questions, I don't know why my spam would have blocked your email. I've never had that happen to me before, not here anyway. But if you have them available right now, I can have someone print them out.
Okay, so what did you just say? If they're available right now, I could print them out. We can do this right now. I'll just print them out. Okay.
But if you have them available right now, I can have someone print them out.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody could just pull your email up and look in the spam, they could print off, the email and then
Well,
you
again,
look at it.
I feel reasonably sure that my spam filter has not, unless you're sending it from something that you feel like always gets blocked.
Yeah, no, I sent it from a Gmail address, and I sent it to, is it ddowda@longwoodflorida.org?
Email this fuck.
Longwoodflorida.org.
Longwoodfl.org.
Yes.
Okay. Then, sent at 11:57. It was sent. Do you want me to give you my phone and you can look at the questions? That way you don't have to print them?
Are you asking me if I can look at the questions and then answer your questions right now?
Well, if you're comfortable answering any of the questions, yeah.
Well, as I indicated yesterday and today, I'm not comfortable with an impromptu interview. Not really comfortable doing any interview without knowing what I'm being asked first. Again, I'll read.
This is transparency in Longwood. This is government grinding. This is it, guys. I don't want to answer any questions, you fucking peon.
Reiterate, I think anybody can be put on the spot and ask questions they're not prepared to answer. And
That's fair. But that is why I sent the email prior to this meeting. I will say that from, there's your perspective and then there's my perspective, right? And then there's there's something in the middle, right?
Right.
What's in the middle? Anybody know? If there's his perspective and then there's my perspective, what's in the middle? The truth. The truth is in the middle. Truth's in the middle. Now, the truth aligns with what my perspective is because I'm not a dirty liar like the chief, right? So my perception, it lines up with reality. It lines up with the truth where the chief's doesn't.
Prior to this meeting. I will say that from, there's your perspective and then there's my perspective, right? And then there's something in the middle, right?
Right.
So, I heard everything that you said yesterday and I sent that email because you said that, because those were concerns that you voiced. So I thought, to be fair to you, I would send the questions in advance of our meeting. Now I understand technology is what it is. Sometimes you don't get things. But that, that's, I'm not up here asking gotcha questions. I sent the questions in advance like you asked.
But just to be clear, what's the First Amendment is a gotcha technical question.
I'm not up here asking gotcha questions. I sent the questions in advance like you asked.
Well, I did ask, and I'll take your word that you sent them. I'm just telling you I did not receive them.
He's a liar.
Or I would have been prepared to answer them.
Okay, can we set up a time?
Well, what I know, I'll answer the questions and email them back to you.
Okay, well, that works too.
Okay.
Let's see if he did. Dowda. You guys are going to love this.
That works too. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to the chief.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. All right, Chief. Okie doke, Chief. All right, he didn't receive my email. He consulted IT. Well, funny, I consulted IT also. Oh, okay, Chief. That's interesting. Get my response in there. He shares my stated goal of bringing the public and law enforcement closer together and appreciates my concerns. While he's not obligated to take part in interviews, as you notice, he does appreciate my interest. He appreciates it. So he's included his answers. All right, here we go. Let's see what his answers are. All right. Still command staff. Clint's resigned since then. Nobody cares. Our policy is to have been lawfully detained or arrested. What's his opinion on civil asset forfeit? It's an effective method to violate citizens' rights. Does he think that qualified immunity makes him less safe? No, he doesn't. Thanks for expounding on that, Chief. What's more important to you? They're both of great importance to me. Trash. This guy's trash. So, that's that. Garbage. Garbage in, garbage out from the chief. What do you guys think of the chief? What do you guys think? Seems like a intellectually honest guy, right? Let's see if he trains up those officers of his. Let's do latest. You remember how long ago that was, Liberty Troll? Oh, here's another one though. Let's see how they're doing over
Gently.
here.
Okay, so
Here,
This is a public service.
we got Longwood gonna serve the community. By
Are you
almost
fucking serious, bro?
hitting me with their car. I appreciate that.
hello,
Hi.
how are you? Sergeant Gell?
Gum?
Gell.
Gum?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we've ever met Sergeant. I had an incident yesterday. I was at 101 Esslinger, the courthouse.
The sheriff's office here.
Back in Longwood.
For sure, yeah. I was out in front of the courthouse.
Okay.
I was there listening to a hearing that was taking place. A couple Longwood officers were in there testifying. After the hearing, I went out to the parking lot, and I was walking through the parking lot, and Sergeant Bryant, in his marked patrol vehicle, he left his parking spot, aggressively drove towards me in a manner that frightened the hell out of me. I thought he was going to run me down. And I guess I just want to know, is that okay?
This is just community engagement, guys. This is community engagement. Remember what it says on the opposite wall. They're committed to the community.
Is that okay for officers to do
When you
that?
say he aggressively drove at you, did you have to jump out of the way? Did you have
Want me to show you the video?
Okay.
Maybe just let me know if this is okay with Longwood Police Department, and I'll reset my expectations.
Reset him, guys. If you haven't seen it, he's okay with it.
Are you fucking serious, bro?
That's okay, right?
So we can't pretend that he didn't see it. We'll see in a minute it'll recycle.
He's thinking to himself, wait a second, buddy. If you think he can't pretend and I can't pretend, we're about to pretend.
Back because I actually walk, or you can see me right there. I'm next to the police car. I'm literally walking next to the police car out into the parking lot. Thank you. Out into the parking lot. Sergeant Bryant takes it upon
Is
himself.
his parking spot, I'm assuming is.
Yeah, he just pulled
Okay.
out of that parking spot, and I'm you can see where I am. There's a stop bar.
Okay.
If I did that to Sergeant Bryant, or if I did that to Sergeant Gelm, I can't imagine.
What do you think, guys? If I did that to Sergeant Gelm or Sergeant Bryant, what do you think would happen to me? What do you think would happen? I'm going to go way out on a limb. I'm going to go way out on a limb, and I'm going to say that they would not be okay with it. I don't know that I would escape with my life.
Imagine that I would be treated.
Wait, did you guys see? Did you guys see this? He's filming in the lobby.
gently.
Okay, so there's different scenarios, and I'm not
He's
gonna
okay
say
to
I know
film.
what he saw.
Not me, though.
If somebody pulls out of a spot and they don't see you,
But you know that I was. You saw me next to the vehicle, right?
right, yeah, he pulls up like close to you and stops, it appears.
Yeah, no. He's in the spot. He isn't moving.
Okay,
He's in the spot, not moving.
right.
All right. Now I walk past his car. He knows I'm there.
Why is he
Right.
intentionally
He knows
acting
I'm there.
retarded?
So I'm not here to debate with you. If,
Are you here to justify his behavior?
no, I don't know what he was doing.
We just watched the video.
I don't
I
know
see the
either.
car comes
but
close to you and stops.
I was fearful of my
I saw
life.
that. Okay,
Would you have been fearful?
no,
No.
it didn't look like you jumped out of the way or other than yell at him. I mean, I get that. But if
Oh,
you
is
would
that
like to-
okay
listen,
then?
Listen, if you
I'm
would
just
like-
asking if it's okay.
If it's an accident, accidents are accidents, right? They're
Is that
unintentional.
behavior okay?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know if that's an accident or not. I don't know if he intentionally did that or not. I don't know. It would take an investigation
Really?
to figure that out. So
So
They
if
don't
that
do
was
an
you-
investigation, though. They don't care.
and I did that to you, that'd be okay. You'd be fine with it.
Is it an accident?
What do you mean, is it an accident? No, that was intentional. It was obvious.
No, it's actually not obvious.
Well, it's not obvious to you.
Because I
Yeah.
deal with different things. So
Right,
I,
yeah.
I see it
You
here.
deal with your blue line brothers, right?
I deal with them. I deal with the general public, right?
So is that okay?
It could be.
Could
It's an
be.
accident.
What do you mean, if it's an
If
accident?
he was looking right and turning left, right? Or he didn't see you.
If you're in a
right-
parking lot,
Listen, sir, I'm not going to debate it with you.
are we debating?
You keep asking me if it's okay.
I asked questions and that's a debate.
Okay, asked and
Okay.
answered. I gave you my answer. I don't know. It would take an investigation.
Rude
So in a parking
motherfuckers.
lot, whose responsibility is it to look out for pedestrians?
It's both the drivers of vehicles and
And
pedestrians.
in a private parking lot,
Yes, it's both.
it's up to the pedestrian to watch out for traffic?
Yes.
Oh.
There are pedestrian laws.
Oh,
I'm
there's
lying through
pedestrian
my
laws on
ear.
private
We gotta
property.
address this. I'm lying through my teeth. What am I lying through my teeth about, you disingenuous fuck? I walked in front of the truck, right? Okay. These idiots. I have the whole video. The whole entire interaction from inside the courthouse to that point. So that's cool. You can call me a liar. I love it. Call me a liar, bro. But you can't give me evidence that I've lied. There's no evidence that I lied. We could probably dissect this and find this clown's lies.
Yes, you have to look out.
I can't
for
check
vehicles.
my
Which one?
text, bro, on that phone's
Could you
the
cite the
camera.
statute?
I'm not gonna.
I'm
argue.
asking a question. Again,
There are-
I don't want to argue either.
there
I want to
are-
ask clarifying questions, and you don't seem interested in doing that.
I
You
think-
want to justify your
I'm not
officer's
justifying
behavior.
it.
Yeah, you are. You're saying, oh, was it an accident?
Do you want to file a complaint?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
He
write it
almost.
down on a sworn
Are you
statement.
kidding me,
I'm
bro?
not- If you want to do that, I'll be right back.
What are you talking about?
Are you going to write your statement down on a sworn written statement for me?
Are you going to write it down for me?
No,
Why not?
because you need to sign it.
I need to sign it. So what? What's that have to do with writing the
To
statement?
file a complaint.
So what?
That's how the process gets started.
So fill it out. I'll
I'm
sign
not
it.
filling it out. It's your complaint. I'm not writing for you.
You're not going to write it for me, all
No,
right?
sir.
So let's file a police report about it then.
Well, you have to go talk to the sheriff's office.
Maybe I'll do that since you guys seem, because you guys don't seem real concerned about it. That was an accident in your
I
mind.
just asked you if you want to file a complaint.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, but I don't want to, I want you to write it down.
I'm not writing it down.
Why can't- why
It's
not?
your complaint.
Right, I'm just signing for it though.
Well, then you need to write it down.
Why is that?
I just
If you
told
can't
No,
write,
you didn't tell
you're
me. You told
fucked
me I
in
had
How
to.
the process gets started.
Is that the law?
That's our policy.
Is that the law?
Doesn't matter. It's our policy.
It
This
doesn't matter if it's the law, 'cause
this clown thinks he saw me try to frame the police. Okay. Well, I wish they would try to charge me with it, because again, I published what would trap them, right? And I held back the evidence for myself. So I trapped them. It worked. I have the evidence. Okay, but I tried to do what? I tried to frame the police. A police officer tries to hit me comes out of his parking lot in an aggressive manner. All right? But I'm trying to frame him. I made him do it.
Your policy supersedes the law?
Cool story, bro.
Is there anything else I can
You're not
help you
gonna
with
what?
today? I'm not going to argue with you. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
I don't want to argue either. Seems like you
Is there
do though.
anything else I can help you with today?
I thought we were talking about what you could help me with.
I'm finished talking.
Oh, you're finished talking?
Yes,
I'd like to file the complaint. Are you daft?
Are you going to write it down?
You're gonna write it down, bro. No, you're not.
No.
This is okay with you?
Have a nice day, sir.
That's okay with you guys?
Can you buzz me in?
Wow, you guys are terrible. Look forward to that public image, asshole. We're out here.
Yeah. Longwood's great. Wow. I love Longwood. They're so good. Yeah. Where's that at? Liberty Troll. How long ago was that? Oh, you know what we could do? Here, let's see. You guys want to see? Where is it at? Okay, let's just see how Longwood treats the community.
This is a public service.
Stop! Stop! Get out of the car now! Bravo 438. Get out of the car! Put your hands up!
Bravo 4, you 10 4.
Good 38, not complying. Get out of the car! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Bro, you better put your gun away, dog.
Put your fucking hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Get against the car.
What is you doing, dog?
Get against the car.
What is you doing? I ain't even done shit wrong.
What are you doing?
Come over here.
What is you doing?
Come on.
What is you doing?
Put your hands behind your back.
You see, mad aggressive.
Now you're going to jail. Now you're going to jail.
Jail for what, dog? I stopped. Stop turning around.
Bravo 1, Bravo 4, what?
Call my mom out here.
Traffic stops.
Ain't even done nothing.
Got
Ain't
one.
nobody
Resisting.
resisted you. Ain't nobody resisted you.
Resisting.
So I asked you what you stopped me for. You see how he didn't even answer it?
You have modified exhaust on the car.
Taking it to jail.
Told you to stop.
I stopped, didn't I?
And I told you to stop backing into the driveway. I told you to put your hands up, and you didn't
I
listen.
put my hands
and
up.
now we're in the situation,
I
right?
put my hands up when you told me to. I got out.
Come on.
Yeah, for real.
Put your
Now
chest
you're
against the
talking
car.
about
You could have just stopped
I
and done
did
the traffic
stop.
stop like everybody else does.
Bro, I did stop. What
Everyone
is
stops. You don't
talking
get to
about?
back into your car, into your driveway, and when I tell you to stop, you stop. I got blue lights.
Looks like he
you know I'm the
stopped.
police.
What do
I'm
you guys
telling you to
think?
stop, and you keep doing what you're doing. And that's why we're here now.
I was just trying to get home.
Okay, you can get home when I'm done with you with my traffic stop.
Cool.
All this is because of you, not me.
Okay.
So I've been attending, well, I can't even say I've been attending. I'm not sure if there's been a hearing since the last one that I attended, where Officer Bryant, who will enter stage right here in a minute, him and the guy arresting
Bravo, for other units can slow down. We've got Black Male 1015.
Going 20 miles an hour. And he
This got
dropped me
nothing
off.
to do with speeding.
I ain't never had no issues ever. I drive that
shit.
car everywhere.
You need to just listen. You have a
And I
modified
did
exhaust on your
listen.
vehicle.
No, I don't.
You don't hear your car right now?
Okay, everybody
That's
got
a
modified
modified
exhaust.
Okay, so you do have a modified exhaust. That's a
It's
violation.
Mustang down the street. I bought that car
Okay,
like that.
I got you though, not the Mustang.
I
I'm
bought
not
that
arguing
car
with you.
like that.
That's fine. You still got it.
This is our house.
You're searching on her. Ain't nothing on me.
That's
I
fine.
don't do nothing.
I'm making sure you don't have weapons so you don't get in more trouble at the jail. You understand if you take any contraband into jail? For resisting. You
I
understand?
never have resisted you though.
Listen to me.
You told me to stop. I stopped.
Listen to
Just
me.
because I backed right there.
You understand that if you
This guy lives in Longwood. This is a Longwood resident, a Longwood taxpayer, and this is still going on. Just so you guys know, this is still going on. Still happening. They're trying to ruin this guy's life.
go to the jail with any kind of contraband on you, it's an extra charge?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything
What
on
up,
you that you
Gio?
can tell me about now?
Man, I'm going to CDL school Monday. I do not need this.
You have a medical marijuana card?
No, I don't smoke.
Okay.
I'm going to CDL school Monday. I don't need this.
I just
bro.
want to make sure there's nothing on you.
You see it? You see this?
I put him in the car.
Like, why'd you put me in the car? Why'd you arrest me? Like, y'all boys ain't got nothing to do. You see this? I ain't even done shit, and he trying to take me to jail. Yeah, I need your name, badge number,
You'll
all
get
of
it all.
that.
It'll be on the
All
report.
of that.
It'll be on the report.
And how long I'm in jail?
So you bond out. I pull him over, he starts backing up, telling him stop. So
And
when
he
I come
stops,
around here,
clearly.
I go put on my... Huh?
Getting towed?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna tow it. Fuck this guy. Fuck him, right?
Okay, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Jesus, what are y'all doing with my son?
All right, sir. So try to pull him over and modified exhaust.
Okay. Meet Sergeant Bryant. This is the guy that pulled out of the parking spot and didn't try to make it. seem as if he was going to hit me. I was trying to frame him, apparently, is what that moron in the chat says. Let's see if Bryant here has the temperament to be in a position like that.
Exhaust. He starts backing up. I'm telling him to stop from my driver's side. I come around.
Clearly he stopped. It couldn't be any more clear. You can see his car. If he didn't stop, he would have backed up into the driveway, right?
He's not listening. He's getting out the car.
You told him to get out of the car. Did we hear him tell him to get out of the car? Now him getting out of the car is a problem.
Doing his own thing. Now
doing his own thing.
I go for him, like, stop moving, put your hands up. He's still on his phone, doing whatever. I just put my gun away, go up to him, put him up against the car for resisting. And he's got the modified exhaust, so I told him several times to stop. Told him to put his hands up. He's not listening. So, where did you try to pull him over at? I lit him up a little bit further down Church. He kept going into here, and they started backing up right here. I'd say maybe 500 feet that way on Church. So, are you thinking fleeing a loot on it? Or? No, I don't think so either. No, I was just saying, so, you light him up. And then, so why? Ma'am, if you keep yelling, you're going to jail. Shut your...
Ma'am, if you keep yelling, you're going to jail. Okay, Officer Bryant Sergeant Bryant decides to scream this. He screams this. It's okay for him to talk to his boss, the taxpayer, the people that pay his salary. He's got the gall to speak this way to them.
So why? Ma'am, if you keep yelling, you're going to jail. Shut your mouth.
Ma'am, if you keep yelling, you're going to jail. Shut your mouth. And he screams it all. He yells it. He screams it. It's okay for him. It's not okay for you. She's on a public sidewalk in front of her own house. Her husband's getting arrested for getting out of the car when he was told to get out of the car, and resisting arrest when he clearly didn't resist arrest. And this, we should be proud of our Longwood officers and their commitment to the community, huh, Chief? You guys don't ever violate rights, huh?
Shut your mouth! She got her kids right there watching at the window, so she'll say. So shut your mouth! Up there sitting with her kids watching out the window. You could go to jail too if you want to keep yelling. You want to take me to jail, so hush your mouth. Walk back aside. Walk back aside, and you deal with the kids. Well, walk back aside and deal with the kids. While I figure out what's going on out here with my officers. So you can politely walk aside. You can deal with it. 605, Sergeant Bryant. You can walk inside.
605, Sergeant Bryant. You guys got it. Send an email to dipshit Dowda about him. Tell him you're watching a video about him. Tell people not to yell while he screams and yells at them. Tells them to shut up on their own private property. Tells an old woman that she needs to get back into the house, that she's going to go to jail too. This is the bravest mom ever. Take me to jail then.
Back aside. So hush your mouth. Walk back aside. Walk back aside, and you deal with the kids. Well, walk back aside and deal with the kids. You want to keep yelling. You can go to jail too if you want to keep yelling.
You can go to jail too if you want to keep yelling, Mom. Grandma, you want to go to jail if you keep yelling? I'm going to keep yelling. I'm going to keep yelling. But if you yell, fuck you, you're going to jail. Cool story.
So hush your mouth. Walk back aside. Walk back aside, and you deal with the kids. Well, walk back aside and deal with the kids.
Searching the car.
What's going on out here
I'm not sure why they're searching the car, but look at that guy. Look how deep into the car he is.
So you can politely walk aside. You can deal with it. 605, Sergeant Bryant. Deal with the kid.
What's that guy doing? What's he doing?
Well, I figure out what's going on out here with my office.
Let me guess. He's doing an inventory search. We should do a public records request and get a copy of that inventory search. These disingenuous pricks.
So you can politely walk aside. You can deal with it. 605, Sergeant Bryant. You can walk inside. I will get you a card. You can walk inside, ma'am.
I'm gonna get your name right quick.
Ma'am, this is my last choice. You can either walk inside and deal with the
Get your name.
Sergeant Bryant, 605.
Ma'am, can I talk to you? Good. I'm glad I see you taking a deep breath. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you for a second?
You can talk. I want to know exactly right now.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. But you got to listen.
In our house.
Can you listen?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So, who is he to you?
Who? That's my fiance.
Stop
We
screaming
live
at me.
here.
Okay.
We have children together.
That's fine. Let me tell you something. When you
Don't
get,
tell me
have you
not
ever,
to scream. I'll fucking scream at you if I want. Look at what you're doing. These people are terrorizing the community, and they're like, you got to stay calm when we terrorize you. If you don't stay calm while we terrorize you, you're going to go to jail too. These people are trash. Trash. Dowda, you are trash.
been pulled over before?
Yes.
Okay, when you get pulled over, do you start backing into your driveway, ignoring the cops when they're telling you to stop, and then get out of your car and not listen?
He told him to get out of the car.
Do you do that?
I'm sorry, what?
When you get pulled over, do you pull into your driveway, ignore the cops when they tell you to
When
stop?
did you pull him over?
I lit him up all the way on
tracker
church.
on the phone. When
I
did
pulled
you-
him up.
what time?
I pulled him over on the
What time?
violation.
No.
You come back. If you come back out here, you're interrupting our investigation. You're gonna go to jail. I'm letting you know now. You will, ma'am. You can go inside the house. That is an adult. We don't need you out here. You are free to go inside the house.
This is my fiance. We have children.
He's going to jail.
For what?
He's going to jail. You're free to go inside the
Pulled him
house.
over 5 minutes ago. He was home 5 minutes. No, I have a tracker.
Ma'am,
of when
you
he
are
came.
good to go inside the
I don't
house.
wanna- This is my house.
Yes, you're free to go inside. Thank you.
Randy, come out.
You are free to go inside the house.
No, you cannot make me
I'm
go
telling
to the
you,
house. You
this is my
cannot.
last
No.
choice for you.
This
You
is
are
my
free to go
property.
inside the house.
She's free to stay on her fucking grass too, you goddamn moron. Why are these people so stupid? You have to do, this is authoritarian, this is just authoritarian nonsense, what this guy's doing. Let us do whatever we're doing in secret. Listen, I don't want to hear you yell, lady. I'm going to yell at you. But if you yell at me, the double standard is you go to jail. I yell with impunity. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. But if you stand up and if you yell at me, I'm going to punish you and retaliate against you for you voicing your opinion about my, yes, Lenny, about my mental retardation.
You will go to jail. Go to jail. Go inside your house, please, ma'am.
I'm gonna go to jail. Sir.
Ma'am,
Help.
this is my last time. This is my last time telling you.
No, this is
My last time telling you, you could go to jail.
Listen.
You could go to jail or go inside the house. Right now, you see all your neighbors you got out here because you're hooting and hollering yelling. Go walk over there and see if they're disturbing the peace. Because if they're disturbing the peace and they file paper, you're going to jail. I'm letting you know that now.
Nothing.
Why'd you have to mute the mic? Why'd you guys have to mute it?
Is your name Daquan? Okay, Daquan. I'm gonna tell you something, dude. And you might not like hearing this. If you just stopped, I don't even. No, hold on.
He
If you
clearly
just
stopped. He clearly stopped because you can see. You can clearly see that he stopped because he was backing up. And he didn't back up all the way because he stopped.
in front of your mailbox, and when I said stop, you listened to me. I wouldn't have even.
Wait, what?
In front of your mailbox, and when I said stop, you listened to me.
I never caught that before. He just admitted that he listened.
If you just stopped in front of your mailbox, and when I said stop, you listened to me.
That happened.
I wouldn't have even given you. I probably wouldn't have even given you a ticket.
All right, so there's a little more to this story. And they got the officer on the stand to address this. Apparently, this sovereign police officer was at an intersection with his lights off, and he was out past the stop bar with his lights off. Okay, and Daquan was on his way home, and Daquan made a left onto this road, and I'm not sure how to best. So let's say this is the road across the top, okay, and this is the officer, right? And here's the stop bar, right? So he's out in front of the stop bar. Daquan's traveling down the road, going to his house, and he makes this turn. He said, "Oh shit, there's this cop." He's almost out in the intersection. His fucking lights aren't even on. This dipshit doesn't even have his lights on. So he pulls up next to the cop, and he rolls down his window, and he's like, "Hey man, I almost hit you. You should have your lights on. You should be, if you really care about the community like you do, like you talk about, like you gas up the community so much, then you would know that it's not safe for you to park here." So, he says that, and then he goes on his way, right? He goes on his way. This wasn't about an exhaust. This was about an ego. So what is, I keep on saying Brian. It's not Brian. It's the other sovereign. What's his name? Rosasco. I think it's this guy. Piero Rosasco. I'm not positive. But so he jacks a U-turn, he comes up, and this is what happens next. So cool story.
Yeah, when I say stop, you stop everything you're doing. That's called being detained and then not listening. So that's why you're in the situation.
Second time and I stopped. Where my car at?
I told you to stop, put your hands up.
One time to stop when I was backing in my driveway. Once you said it again, I stopped the car and got out like you told me to.
I told you put your hands up,
and
then
you
started.
That. And I did that, all of that. You told me to stop twice.
Huh? Yeah, he is.
You said to stop 2 times, and that's exactly what I did. The second time you said it, I stopped.
Do you have registration and insurance for the car?
Sure do.
You were just searching it?
Ask my wife. She'll get it.
Is it in the car?
None of your business.
Ask my wife.
Alright, well that means no.
It is in the car.
No, we're not getting it.
How does that mean no? Listen to these stupid cops. Oh, because you didn't answer my question, it means no. Oh, I didn't hear Miranda in there. Maybe you shouldn't even be asking him questions, moron.
She'll get it.
Registration and insurance for the car?
Sure. You said it, I stopped.
Do you have registration and insurance for the car?
Sure do.
Where's it at?
Ask my wife. She'll get it.
My wife will get it for you.
Ask my wife.
Alright, well that means no.
It is in the car.
No, we're not getting it for someone else. I'm asking you. You're the driver of the car.
It's where?
In the middle.
Okay.
Is your driver's license in that wallet?
Sure is.
Do you want to bring it with you?
Sure do.
Yeah, we did everything already.
Arrest somebody for no reason.
No.
Where's Oscar?
Yeah.
After you told me to stop.
We'll get out. I light him up on Church. Turn up on here. As we're pulling in, I told him to stop. He starts backing up. He stops. I'm telling him, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. I have to come around on my gunpoint because you're not listening to me at this point. He starts getting out of his car, so I just walk up to him. So he wasn't complying with instructions. Correct. Yeah, he started like backing out. I told him stop. He eventually did stop his car. So I told him to stop, and I told him put your hands up. He's like on his phone. He's like getting out the car and stuff like that.
I was on the phone talking to my wife, telling my wife to come out the house. She said to stop too. He told me to stop when I was backing up the second time, and I stopped. He told me to get out that car. I got out the car, put my hands up. I did exactly that. I was on my phone. You're here. I need you here. Okay, you're here.
So Bryant, it's okay for Bryant to be up here. It's okay for him to be up here, but if you're up there, that's a problem. It's a problem. Don't do what I do, or it's a problem.
Here. I'm I'm not going to talk to you when you're here. If you want to come here, I'll talk to you. If you don't want to come here, then I'm not going to talk to you. What's up? Okay. I'm not yelling. I have to get you down here. I'm down here.
I gotta yell at you to get you down here if I need
That you
to.
want to talk about. I'm a supervisor of you.
He asked me to stop when I was pulling in.
Or your disdain for law enforcement. But you also have to understand that we have a job that we have to do. And things.
Where did that come from? Why does Daquan have a disdain for law enforcement? If I was Daquan and I didn't have a disdain for law enforcement prior to today, I would certainly have a disdain for law enforcement after today. And I would be completely justified in that. This happened more than a year ago. It's still going on. They're still dragging them through this, torturing them through this. And could he get his CDL? Could he get his CDL with all this hanging over his head? No, of course not. Of course he couldn't. They don't care if they fuck your life over. This is Longwood's commitment to the community. Longwood's commitment to the community is fuck you.
Like that, and unfortunately, again, I don't know. I haven't looked at his body cam footage. Everything that we have is on body cam footage, okay? Right now, your family out here acting the way they're acting, causing a scene, and all the neighbors coming out unnecessary.
And my neighbors, I fix everybody's house in here. Everybody knows.
I mean, but again, it's 11:30 at night. They're out here yelling. You know, it's a little unnecessary. When
was it unnecessary for him to be screaming? Honest question. It's a problem for Brittany to scream, but it's okay for Bryant to scream back in her face. At Daquan's mom, it's okay for him to scream at a grandmother in her driveway. That's okay. That's okay. But if you raise your voice to us, to the fucking gulag,
simply go back
They started
inside.
coming out when he was yelling with a gun out. Everybody was already halfway outside.
Sit inside, let us figure it out. I can't even come over here to figure anything out because they're out here yelling in the middle of the street.
Can I just tell them to go in the house or go over there?
I'll let the window down on that side, and then I'll let you yell at them to go inside the house shot because they're about 3 seconds away from being in handcuffs.
My mom's on blood thinners too, so she can't.
She need probably to chill out. There ain't no need to be over here yelling. She
Yeah,
came out yelling, and I get it. It may be her son, maybe in the back of the car. It ain't like you land on the side of the road. We don't beat you up or something like that. So she came out the house yelling and talking about the kids are trauma. That's fine. Go inside and deal with the kids. Let me figure out what I got going on out here. Then I'll come and talk to you. But when you're yelling and everything else, I'm not gonna sit there and deal with you and talk to you. It's pointless. You can't get nowhere yelling back and forth.
You're right.
You got to be able to talk. So with them not wanting to talk, what I'm gonna do? Sit there in the dark, talk and argue with them? You guys can go back inside the house or you can go to jail. Those are your two options, right?
Yeah.
seems reasonable, huh?
So give me a few seconds.
You can either talk
this officer here,
or you can go to jail. You either have free speech or you go to jail.
And everything like that.
But let's all be clear. Chief Dowda, he's never known of an instance where rights have been violated.
And things like that, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So give me the rundown, man.
So I'll just show a corporal video too. I lit him up on church.
Okay.
Here. He starts coming in. He starts kind of pulling around.
Okay.
So I didn't even know this was his house. I thought he was going to try and wrap around me.
Okay.
So jump on my car. All right, turn my siren on again. He's still moving his car. And I get out and I go, stop. And he eventually does end up stopping. I come back around and I'm telling him, get out the car, get out the car. He starts coming out. I tell him to put his hands up. He just kind of has his hands like here with his phone out. So eventually I just walk up to him. And then that's when Gio gets here and we both put him up against the car.
Okay.
So, and then
I didn't hear
like I said, lit
crime.
him up on church. He just kept going. So I didn't even know this was his house. I thought he was gonna.
All of that talk, I didn't hear him mention a crime. What was the crime that he's sitting in the back of the car for? I missed the crime, Longwood.
Flip around on me.
Okay.
So.
So you're going to do just obstruction?
Obstruction and the modified exhaust. No, that's my PC though, is what I'm saying.
I think your folder is a taillight out too.
I didn't even notice his taillight. I was just thinking about the modified exhaust.
This conspiracy conversation.
I don't know where you got with him on that. I know you told me he's detained. You were talking to him and stuff. So if
I told her I'd figure it out.
if you think he learned his lesson like that, then I mean, you can.
There we go. That's not going to play well in court, that statement. Hey, if you think he learned his lesson, it's not your job to teach lessons, right? You're not a teacher, right? You're not supposed to teach us any lessons. We don't want our lessons taught to us by people that don't know anything, right? I don't like to get taught lessons by ignoramuses like these clowns.
Go that route, it's up to you.
It's completely up to you. That's my fault, buddy.
I don't know. You were talking to him, so
No, I was just talking to him. That's what, he wants to talk, so whatever. But this is it ain't my fault. If you want to take him to jail, then that's your decision. You're 100% okay with that. If you meet the elements, you have everything, it's 100% your fault.
Trash.
So, 1070 are out. Okay. And then we'll do that.
You want to do the Toshi or legit?
if you can you knock it out for me and I'll start working on everything else.
We'll just start working on Gio, stay here, do the tow sheet. Yeah, get him out. Just get him out of here. And we'll go from there. Stay here with Gio until the car is towed. And then they said no.
They said no.
Okay. Should have. I mean, I really don't need anything, but I'll go throw her in jail. It'll be a whole nother thing.
For disturbing the peace?
Yeah, out here yelling. Then your mom said she didn't come out here yelling. The hell you did? What do you mean? Like, you were out here yelling and just shh, so I can figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah. And then I'll come talk to you. I don't got to be quiet on my property. Well, man, right now I'm trying to figure out I don't even know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And she's yelling in the middle of the street. But like, hush, it is 11:30. She's like, it's 11:30. I said, exactly. You're out here yelling and hooting and hollering like a banshee for what? Let me figure out what's going on, then I'll come and talk to you. If you don't want to, then you can go inside the house. You're free to go. We don't need you to. What's he being arrested for? I don't got to tell you that. He's an adult. You can look it up on Johnny Polk's website. So knock out the tow sheet, get him out of here, wait with the car, and me and Virgil go over here and deal with this nonsense. Yes, ma'am.
Mister, I got an attitude with everybody's life. Can I explain something to you?
What can I help you with?
Now look, you arrested my son who ain't done nothing. His son who's watching y'all do this got shot in the head. His mama got killed. He's watching everything. No, he's watching everything y'all doing, and he's saying the police outside trying to kill my daddy. That's what he's out there saying when I'm walking in the house trying to get a house girl to come out here. But you got such an attitude.
Nobody has that attitude.
No, you got your big dick attitude steady going.
Absolutely do not.
You got
but I'm not
your
going to
big
sit here and talk. I'm not
attitude
going to sit here and talk to people that are yelling and hooting and hollering.
No,
I'm not.
No. If I walk out that door and
not.
ask you what's going on, you tell me I'm hooping and hollering?
You absolutely
I'm
were.
asking you what's going on.
And I said,
They can't. You cannot redress. You cannot have a complaint. There's no there's nothing legitimate. You hurt my ego, and I'm going to teach you a lesson. I love this, Grandma.
I need to figure out for myself.
No, that ain't how you came.
If
you keep saying something, you're going to jail.
Okay.
You're going to jail for causing
yes,
this.
you absolutely would be.
I was not even that
So
loud.
what else can I help you with?
I'm
He's
coming
going
in
to
here and
jail.
ask you.
He's
Okay,
going
what
to
you
jail.
going to jail for?
Okay, I'm not required to tell you that. He's an adult.
Okay,
but he is going to jail.
Because you wanted to go to jail for something.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm not even the primary officer. The primary officer is the one that's making the arrest.
So who's the primary officer?
Okay, and the primary officer.
Not you.
The primary.
Why are we talking to you? I need to get the primary officer.
I'm his supervisor.
No, I want the primary officer.
You will have it on the report. It's Officer Piero Rosasco. That is who's arresting him. That is who's going to jail. Okay, so that's what he is going to jail. The vehicle will be towed.
Well, I'm going right behind.
I do not have to tell you why he's going to jail. I do not. Nope.
You don't want to tell why he on his own property.
He's not on the property.
Why be a dickhead, though? This is their commitment to the community, everybody. This is Longwood's commitment to the community. Wow, they're so great.
No, that tire, that tire is on the property.
The violation was observed on the roadway, so it does not matter
What
where.
violation?
It does, I do not have to tell you what violation you
I don't
pulled
have to
over.
tell you.
No, you ain't got to tell nothing,
So
right?
he is
You
going
ain't
to
gotta
jail.
tell nothing.
I'm just letting you know he is going to jail. Okay,
Boy, I
he will
tell
have
you
a bond
what,
that'll
you
be
feel
posted.
good
I
about
don't know
yourself,
what his
right?
bond is, but his
Oh,
bond
well,
will,
he
he
gonna
will
get
have
out.
a bond.
He gonna get out
Okay,
regardless of what your
so
bond is.
he will have a bond.
You will have a lawsuit against you.
You can get in line.
Well,
Get in line.
Get in line.
Everybody.
He will have a bond. He gonna get out regardless of what your bond is.
He will have a bond.
You will have a lawsuit against you.
You can get in line.
Get in
Get in
line.
line.
Get in line.
Everybody sues the police department, wants to sue
No,
the
it ain't
police
no-
department.
no.
You don't let us do our
You
job.
got your
You guys are all,
little
no,
big
you guys
complex
are all up in panties for no reason.
No, I don't wear.
They're up in their panties for no reason, guys. Can you believe them? Can you believe these women? Can you believe these women all up in their panties? Because they just saw their husband and son at gunpoint in their front yard? But they're all up in their panties. And then the officers scream at the top of their lungs telling them, we're going to retaliate against your First Amendment rights by taking you to jail too. But they're all up in their panties. Bryant can act whatever way he wants, but if somebody talks back, they're all up in their panties.
So I can figure out what I did. You guys are good to go. Tow the car. We're good to go. Okay. You guys have a nice night. Thank you.
This is
You have a great
Longwood,
night.
guys.
Hey,
Longwood police to
go.
Longwood
Get 'em out.
residents.
All your kids go through the same fucking thing.
I hope his kids go through the same thing too. He's laughing. He thinks it's funny.
Get him out of here. GL Rios, wait with the car. Take the key out, wait with the car, and wait for the tow truck. If they come back out onto the street, take their ass to jail.
They're on house arrest now? What a scumbag. Hey, Brett, this is all exactly. You ladies getting your panties up in a twist for having your rights violated in your own front yard. Fucking trash.
Was your body cam on? Was your body cam on? Sir, are they disturbing your peace?
No.
This fucking asshole. This is the sergeant. Sergeant Bryant. This is Sergeant Bryant. Oh, I'll go up to the neighbor and see if they're disturbing the peace. I want to take these, because these ladies got their panties up in a twist, I want to take them to jail. I have to teach a lesson too, right? It's not just Rosasco that needs to teach lessons. Bryant needs to teach lessons too. So let's talk to the neighbor. Let's see if they happen to not like these people, and then we can drag them off to jail too. Only problem is they're loved in the community. They're loved in the community.
Sir, are they disturbing your peace?
No, I live right here.
No,
Live where?
We're wondering what the hell's going on and why you're dragging them off to jail. What the hell's going on? Oh, they don't have free speech in their own yard? Well, I'm concerned.
This house.
Commitment to the community, guys.
Yeah. Okay. What did you hear, observe, or hear?
I didn't hear anything. I just we just got back from vacation and I saw the light, so I came out to see what the hell was going on.
Okay.
I don't know who you got in the car. If it's Daquan, I find it very hard to believe.
Daquan is. I don't know.
You're a fucking liar. You know it's Daquan. Why are you lying, Bryant? This guy's not giving him the story that he wanted. He needs to get away from this story as quickly as possible, right?
The younger black
here.
male?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dad, good guy. They've been
I
nothing but
don't
good
want to say
names.
he ain't a good person. I think he just probably made a dumb decision tonight. And
I just came out and it was already going. So.
Yeah. So, no, I don't think it's bad. You know.
So it sounds to me like it wasn't Daquan or Brittany or Mrs. Waters that was disturbing his peace after he came home from his vacation. It seems like it was all of the police commotion. Can we get some charges up for disturbing our peace, Bryant? We saw the commotion outside. Do we get to complain about the disturbance of our peace from you? Or is this just more commitment to the community?
Talking to him after getting him settled down, because you can't talk to somebody that's here. Unfortunately, you got to talk to people when they're here.
You got to talk to people when they're down here, so we amp it up. We bring the level up here, so everybody can't come down to here. You can only have a conversation down here. I'll only have a conversation down here. So because I'll only have a conversation down here, what I like to do is I like to amp it up to here and keep it here and then threaten people with arrest for talking. And if they come up here, I'll threaten to take them to jail until they come down here. But I won't come back down here until after I lay my threats out. Oh, that's a cool story. Bryant, you fucking fascist prick.
I don't think
Thank you,
bad
East
dude. I think
Carbon.
he just made a bad decision tonight. And unfortunately, that decision has cost him. He's going to end up going to jail tonight. But that's about it. So, but yeah, I didn't know if you had any question or anything like that. I saw you over here. So.
No.
Okay.
Like I said, we just got back to
Okay. All right, sir. All right.
Went on his little fishing expedition. Couldn't get what he wanted over there.
We're out here
All right,
today
well,
to
there's that.
ensure
So
our
that's-
natural rights.
They hauled his ass off to jail, and then they came back a couple days later and gave him some new charges, some extra charges, some bonus charges for. I guess it's more about their commitment to the community. They love the community, guys. Here, let's see. I got one more example of them and their commitment to the community. Them and their commitment to the community.
And he's a field training officer. It's disgusting. What's happening, man? You know which Care Bear he's got in the back of his truck there?
Real quick, I know what you're doing. I'm Officer Gonzalez, Longwood Police, badge number, whatever you want to know. Listen.
Hey, Officer Gonzalez.
Check this out. You guys are okay to walk through the parking lot. Make sure you don't eat any traffic, and then you cannot walk through there.
Don't eat any yellow snow once the snow falls, okay?
What's that?
Don't eat the yellow snow once the snow falls.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you.
So exactly what over there says that I can't go over there? Yeah, please do.
Over there?
It is,
What's
yeah.
up, man? Hey, let's go. Good. Hey, we're just videoing each other. I hope you're getting hits on YouTube or whatever. Listen, I told you before, you're okay to...
He doesn't seem arrogant and condescending at all, does he? Just in case you didn't hear right after I was skipping some stuff, this is a field training officer. So this guy trains the other officers in Longwood. Let's see the commitment to the community in Longwood. Whoops. Let's see it.
Do this?
Yeah.
Not through there.
Why not through there?
Yeah, it's not sensitive information, but you know, it's our equipment, and I don't know you. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're gonna sabotage.
You just explained to me exactly what I was doing.
Give me a second.
Cool.
So what do you think this is? Here, I'm going to flex on these guys. Intimidation play. I'm going to get out. Let's see how this plays for them.
He's referring to this area here, bro.
He is, yeah, the area over there with no signs.
Those are some pretty sweet bikes, though.
Those are some sweet bikes. I wish they kept them a little less dusty.
After this, can we get like maybe a ride with you, ride along?
Well, what I can do, you know where the front of the office is?
Yeah.
No.
For the PD, go in there, you can register, and we'll give your license and all that information. You can do that all you want.
A ride along?
Yeah.
Really? Cool. Good to know.
What's up?
Oh, no.
You were getting out to tell us something.
Yeah, talking about something.
So, the radio is distracting me.
Oh.
So listen, just that area right there is, you know, I don't know if you're going to go up there and like try to sabotage one of our motorcycles or something.
Well, I mean, of course we wouldn't. Of course we wouldn't do that.
I know you wouldn't do that, but I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Well,
you might be one of those dirty cops that beats the shit out of people, but I'm not just going to make that assumption about you.
Hey, where's your script, by the way?
Script?
You usually have a script that you read.
No, I don't.
Okay.
You don't have 100% organic.
Okay. So listen, you want to know about ride-alongs, about, you know, comment boxes.
That didn't work out the way he wanted to, so time to get back in the car.
And all that stuff. Go with the front, and they'll hook you up.
Yeah. Kay, I did receive your email. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
I mean, I was just going to admire the sweet bikes over there with their attacks on
You did last time.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Officer Gonzalez, what's the issue over there? Like, I understood that you said we might sabotage something, but if that's a legitimate concern of yours, why not just put up a sign that says authorized personnel only?
Like I said, explained to you before.
You haven't explained anything to me.
Like I explained to you before, going from PD, you go in there, and he came out here last time, and he explained he wanted to find out where the comment box is, or some sort of, you had some
accommodation forms and complaint forms that out in the lobby.
You realize I'm not him though, right?
Absolutely. So, are you guys working together? You guys know each other?
We know each other.
Okay, so, you know, because I explained to you last time, that you could go up there and you have some sort of comments. You have some sort of comments. Hey, they'll take it for consideration.
That's on the bucket list as well. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Right now we're just checking out the vehicles.
Good to go. You guys have a good Christmas.
Yeah, I hope the same for you, man. So I got a, what kind of watch is that? That Garmin?
Yep.
Is that a Phoenix?
No.
It's not a Phoenix?
I won't tell you what kind of watch it is. This is the commitment to the community. He wanted to get out and have a courteous and fruitful and productive conversation with the community, and this is the field training officer who trains all the other officers to be friendly and kind with the community.
Was that a Forerunner?
Is your chief here today?
What's that?
Is your chief here today?
No.
Is this still Chief Dowda?
It is.
So he training you guys well?
All right, where are you guys going to go after here?
You want us to let you know?
Stanford, Oviedo,
We're kind of just doing it on the fly, really.
Okay.
You want us to let you know where we're going?
You guys got cameras over there. I think the dumbest things for us to do is to break the law on
No, listen.
Police departments.
You're not breaking the law. I'm explaining it to you.
We're saying, rest assured we won't.
If you have your garage door open or something, like someone's looking in, even though they're on private property or public property, you know, it's kind of like suspicious, right? It's the same thing, right? It's city, public property. You're welcome to walk through here. Like I said, don't impede any kind of traffic.
Wait.
We don't want you to get hurt by our vehicles. We have to leave here in a hurry.
I mean, I've been around for a while. I'm a big boy. I can make sure. I can get out of the way.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You guys are too.
You're getting better at it. You don't have a script anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I never did have
condescending
last time. You're reading from it. So when we're going off script, you kind of got confused.
You talk about the papers I had in my hand? Yeah. No, those were the accommodation or complaint forms from the inside.
Well, you were reading from it, but it's all right. Listen,
this guy knows everything.
You guys have a great Christmas.
Yeah.
I appreciate
you
guys.
Yeah. So I got a question. Oh, you're in a hurry now? You can't answer a question? Oh, I really appreciate the cordial attitude, officer.
Hey, how's it going, man? Morning, guys. Morning.
What's happening, man?
You got any other questions?
I do have another question. So if somebody came up to you and asked you a question and you didn't know the answer to it, but by all rights it was something that you should know the answer to, would you make a good faith effort to find out the answer to that question?
Absolutely.
So the First Amendment of the Constitution, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. Could you tell me what those 5 freedoms are?
Just so you know, though, I asked the question and he said absolutely. He will absolutely make a good faith effort.
Nope, I can get back to you though.
Could you take down my email address?
You got a business card on? Yeah, get back to you.
Could you take down my email address?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, do you have a business card? We'll take that.
Yeah. Well, I'll get it back to you. So,
well, you need
if
to...
you have your ID, I can get in touch with you.
What? Now homeboy wants my ID?
Maybe you could just take down my email address.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
How's it going, man?
Just let me know when you're ready. Letters, Letters, of OF, Phocion, P-H-O-C-I-O-N.
Yeah. Yeah. O-F-E-H?
Yes, of P-H-O-C-I-O-N, letters of Phocion, at gmail.com.
At what?
Gmail.com. Yes, I have had several people answer that question correctly. That's correct. Yeah. You remember the question?
It's pretty easy.
Absolutely. What I'm going to do is...
Here, does everybody remember the question? Everybody remembers the question, right? Will you make a good faith effort if you don't know? And let's see what he says here.
I'm going to have our community officers reach out to you.
So is that you making a good faith effort or your community officers making a good faith effort?
No, I'm going to refer to them.
So you're not going to make the good faith effort like you said you would?
No, you're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, well, just answer the question. Are you going to make a good faith effort and get back to me like you literally just said you did?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to hearing from you then, because you're the one that I'm looking for. I'm not sure you're familiar with what a good faith effort is, but just drive away. Like, I mean,
Do you have any other business here?
do I have any business here?
Any other business?
Yes, I do.
Well, carry on. Have a good Christmas.
Okay, yeah, you too, man. You too.
Trash.
How long have you been an officer here?
This guy's fucking trash.
You're just gonna ignore me?
Just like the rest of the Longwood officers that I've run into.
I just asked you a question, man.
10 years.
10 years.
Appreciate your service. All right, take care. All right, y'all have a great day, all right, guys?
Hey, you and I ran into each other out here, didn't we?
I don't believe so. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, hurried along.
Yeah. Don't believe so. You don't look.
No. Is he
This guy
your
actually,
supervisor?
I need to retract my prior statement. I don't believe that this guy was actually bad. I think he was, we'll see in a second.
No.
No, he's not. Right.
Nope, he's our senior officer on the ship, but he's not my corporal.
Is he deputy or?
How do you say your name? Diogenes? Diogenes? He's answering your cunt question as nicely as possible? Yeah, because, you know, it's not really that important that they know the First Amendment, right? After all, I mean, they swore an oath to it, but it's not a big deal if they don't know it. I'll just keep asking my cunt questions.
Officer Gonzalez?
What do you mean?
Is he like a sarge or a supervisor, or is he a deputy?
No. So deputies are county related. We are city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what's his title then?
Just officer, training officer. Really.
Training officer. Oh, okay, cool.
He's a training officer?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dear Lord. So, did you happen to hear the question that I asked him?
I did not. I apologize.
You don't need to apologize. I was asking him after all, right? It was a question about good faith. So if somebody came up to you and asked you a question and you didn't know the answer to it, but by all rights it was something that you should know the answer to, would you make a good faith effort to find out the answer to that question?
Absolutely. I would always educate myself.
That's awesome, man. I really appreciate that. So the First Amendment of the Constitution, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. Any chance you could tell me what those 5 freedoms are?
Obviously, freedom of speech, freedom of press, belief, freedom of religion. I'm drawing a blank on the other 2.
The other 2 are the ones that I used to struggle with too.
Yeah.
We're doing one of them right now. We're gathering. So.
Oh yeah, freedom of gathering. Yeah, and I could not. I'll be honest.
What are you babbling about, bro?
But I would absolutely just.
You're right. I didn't ask him. What the question was. I don't know how you don't know this by now, but it's not a question about the First Amendment. It's a question about good faith.
guys actually, needed to know, because I'm sure you are educated, you are aware of what all 5 are, but just also, like I said,
that's all we can ask for, brother. Yeah. The other one is, well, we'll let you get back. Do you have a business card?
I do not have one on me. If you want, I can grab your email address, a phone number, something like that. I can contact you and give you a written list of all 5 of them.
Yeah. Mine is it's Liberty Troll.
Liberty Troll.
Just like as a Christian, I know the gospel, but the gospel is something that I need a reminder on often.
Absolutely, it doesn't hurt to have those reminders. Sorry, I gotta get going, guys. Like I said, I will email you shortly and give you a written list. All right? You guys take care, be safe, okay?
Who's this gentleman here in this first squad car?
I believe that's Officer Carter.
Just another officer though, as well?
Yes.
Not just, but...
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's not of any rank or anything like that. All right?
Awesome. Well,
you guys take care, all right?
You as well. I picked up on that in the first video. So, that's what good faith looks like to me. This is what good faith looks like. Officer Gooderham and his good faith. And then we have a clear example from the chief to the sergeants to the training officers in Longwood. It looks like all trash. They're all trash. Gooderham, good on you, bro. That he was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
That he just didn't want anybody.
You have to over de-escalate. Otherwise, I think you
Yeah.
didn't have any de-escalation.
All right. So all of that, I don't want anybody to forget the whole purpose of the video, which was Chief Dowda and his, not just Chief Dowda. It's not just Chief Dowda. It's the chief and it's the whole board and their disrespect and their contempt, really. Their contempt for fundamental rights.
For certain kinds of First Amendment activities, of course, this chamber would fall into that category as the victim of a very serious crime, a very personal, serious crime, before realizing that there was another person in the lobby actually recording. Given the nature of the information being shared by citizens in limited public forums.
In the public lobby.
Coupled with citizens.
Right, and I agree, and the example.
Apologize for the length of that, but if you have any questions, I'm open to them.
Any questions for the chief?
Well said.
And thank you for the example you gave us. It's a little bit more personal and more serious.
I didn't. It literally said good faith in the video. How dumb are you, bro? I literally just got done saying that he answered my question and that good on him and that was a good faith effort. And your response is, but he answered your question. I don't get it. Why is that officer also a failure? Well, rewind, dumb fuck.
I was made privy of it myself, and thank you for sharing that, because that's an important reason why we're doing this.
It's an important reason why we're doing it, guys.
And I agree, and with what you said.
This is why we're
First Amendment
violating
is
your rights.
Incredibly important, but there are time, place, and manner restrictions. There are some places where there are some places where there needs to be an expectation of privacy, and that is an example
The public lobby is an example. All right, well, here, we'll get to it. They're going to vote, right? They're going to vote on your constitutional rights.
Employees, but citizens or other people that might be around. There are lots of places. That includes, I was mentioning this with some people at Rescue Outreach Mission, in the shelter. Guests are not supposed to be videoing each other, and they're because of privacy. So, it's very important that we honor the privacy of our citizens when they're dealing with their government.
When they're dealing with their government. Very important we protect the privacy of our citizens when they're dealing with their government.
And when there's a time like this meeting here to speak your mind, that's what we're here for. I appreciate the effort you put into this, and I've read through the ordinance, and I like it.
He likes it.
Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, one last thing. Also, just want to say, besides our incredible city attorney, thank you, Dan, for finding the language of this and helping us with this.
Way to go,
But
Dan.
also, risk management attorneys.
That's correct.
This help.
I also developed this with the great assistance, by the way, from Attorney Langley. But our HR director, who is also our risk management in the city, as well as Donovan Roper, who is employed.
I'm going to get in with risk management.
Risk management.
Risk management and I are going to get to know each other real well, Chief Dowda, Mr. Morgan. I want you to know that. Your risk management team and I are going to be, we're going to get to know each other real well.
Thank you, sir. Well,
Here, let's vote to take your rights away. This is how easy it is. This is how easy your rights disappear in America.
Yeah.
Great
job.
Great job.
Dan is the author of the ordinance.
Thank you, Dan.
Dan's the author, guys. He's the best.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Bunny?
I'd like to make a motion to approve agenda item 12A as written and presented.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Boney and a second from Deputy Mayor Sackett. Clerk?
No public comment on the matter. No public comment on the matter. We're going to thank you for your little speech, Chief, because we know how much you respect the Constitution. Thank you for your little speech. Let's vote on whether or not we're going to allow these people to have their rights.
Roll.
Deputy Mayor Sackett,
Yes.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Yes.
Commissioner Boney,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor McMillan.
Yes. I vote of 5-0, the motion passed.
Vote of 5-0. Your freedom is gone. Just like that. Just like that, folks. All right, well, what do you say to that? I mean, what do you say? Let me get Chief's number up there and give him a call. Give the Chief a call. Let him know what a piece of garbage you think he is. Because he's trash. He's trash. There's his email. There's his phone number. Reach out and touch someone, everybody. All right. This is a public service. I appreciate everybody coming in here today. Unbelievable, these people. But think about it. It just happens, right? It just happens. They pass these things and they assume that nobody's going to see it, that nobody's going to say anything, that in the dark of night it's just going to happen. I wonder if Chief Dowda, if he went to I know Dan or whatever drafted the verbiage of all this, but I wonder if he went out to DeLand and said, "Oh wow, your anti-First Amendment signs are so great. We're gonna do the same thing here." Well, we all saw how that worked out for DeLand. They spent a bunch of taxpayer money, put up a bunch of signs up that are completely pointless and that have no teeth and that I completely ignore every time that I go in there. And it's going to be exactly the same, Chief, when I come there to have a conversation with you about your unconstitutional ordinances. I'm going to come into the lobby, Chief, and I hope that you arrest me. Okay? I hope that you arrest me. I'm really looking forward to it. I really need a good, juicy lawsuit. So this is a public service. Fuck you, Chief.